This is The Brief on the origins of untouchability based on the writings of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So we're breaking down his truly provocative thesis, which argues that this system didn't actually stem from racial differences, but rather from ancient tribal warfare and a wildly high-stakes religious rivalry all centered around food. First up, let's look at Ambedkar's theory of the broken men. Basically, these were the scattered survivors of defeated tribes who had to live just outside settled villages for protection. You see, they really weren't racially distinct from the villagers at all, but they were segregated simply because they were outsiders tasked with guarding the village borders. Second, this divide was completely solidified by beef. Now, you might be surprised to learn that early Brahmins actually did eat beef. But those broken men? Out of sheer poverty, they had to survive on the meat of dead, scavenged cattle. So, when the rest of society eventually banned beef, that specific habit of eating dead cattle became the ultimate marker of impurity. Finally, it all comes down to an epic clash between Brahmanism and Buddhism. Ambedkar suggests the Brahmins suddenly adopted strict vegetarianism and cow worship, specifically to snatch back the moral high ground they had lost to Buddhism. Since the broken men were Buddhists who continued eating dead cattle, the Brahmins branded them as untouchables out of pure religious animosity to crush the rival faith. Ultimately, Ambedkar concludes that untouchability was a social imposition born from isolating displaced tribes and then locked in by a political struggle for religious supremacy over diet. It really just goes to show you that the rigid walls of caste were actually built on the foundations of ancient political rivalries.